Just, I mean, initially this tool was called the Online Skills Tool, and it was launched in November 17, and I was trying to think of a name, and it's Halloween, so just added a G onto it, so it became GOST, Government Online Skills Tool. So that is literally how GOST came to be named. Spooky or what? Okay, so first time you click on the link that Sophie sends you, you need to click on this link here on the login page for forgotten your password, set up first password. Click on that, type in your email address, and within a minute or so you'll get a link to set your password. And then when you log in after that, you log in with your login ID is your full email address. So ignore that mine is just my first last name. That's because I do this presentation quite a lot externally, and a bit like today, it's videoed as well. So that's the reason why I don't put my full email address on. But for you, it will be your full email address and your password. And you just click in Login, and that will take you to the home page. And the first thing you'll see on the home page is those three sections of the capability framework, so the same logo. So there's the competencies section where you do your skills assessment. There's the developments where you can build a personal development plan, and you can align it to that 70-20-10 learning, and career pathways where you can browse all the different job roles. There's also a kind of my profile section, and an area on here called personal attributes, and some of the information may already be pre-populated, but there's others kind of drop down menus. You'll see at the bottom here is a section around career anchors. So most of our 11,000 project delivery professionals, their primary career anchor will be project delivery, but not necessarily for everyone. So what we've listed here is a range of other professions. So I've not listed all 30 government professions, just those that have got quite a good link with project delivery, but there is an other. So if we have any government vets amongst us, you can select other. And also because of kind of the careers people have had, people may have more than one kind of career anchor, more than one profession, so you can also select if you have a secondary career anchor. So I'm going to show you the three elements of the GOST tool. So first of all, it's the competencies, where you do your competency assessment. You just click on the icon, and at the moment you can just see there's the one competency framework. So we are working with other government professions who get in their frameworks on GOST, because obviously people have lots of skills in lots of areas, so it's very useful. If people do have some commercial skills, for example, if they want to do an assessment against their framework, when you click on Assess, and the one tip I'm going to give you now is you'll see here there's two tabs, Core Skills and All Skills. Please click on All Skills. It's in the guidance. So the reason why I say that is we want people to do their assessment against all 29 competencies. Now, one of the things we do try and do with GOST is, if you can, align yourself to one of those 20 job roles that I showed you in the framework. Because what that will do is it will identify if what the core skills for that role are. And you can see here, just next to risk and issue management, it's in bold. It's got the words core in brackets next to it. It's got a little green box. So the job role I'm showing here is a Grade 7 Governance and Reporting Manager. And the core skills for that role are shown here with the little green line box. It may be that you're doing more than one of those 20 roles, and in that case, to just think about the job role you spend most of the time doing. You can use the functionality of the tool to look at any of the other roles that you're doing. But if you don't have a job role assigned, that's not an issue either. It just means you don't get that nice little sphere, which is the green boxes. So you'll just get the kind of the blank kind of columns here. So what we'll show you here is we have our technical competencies listed, and you'll see we've got the different levels: awareness, working, practitioner, expert. We've also got that none I talked about as well. I'll come back to the why in a minute. So we've got technical competencies listed here, so that 19. And then we have our 10 leadership behavioural competencies. Then the next section is called experience. So it's the types of projects and programs people have worked on, whether that's transformation, digital, infrastructure, military capability. And then the final section, this is where the why refers to, is the qualifications. So this includes everything on our curriculum, but lots of other things. But these are all professional qualifications, project delivery qualifications, not your health and safety or security learning. So it's got lots of things in here. Lots of your Prince 2s, your managing successful programs, the APM courses, even if assurance reviewer type, if you're a mentor or a mentee, if you're a member of the APM, etc. Lots of things there. And the why just means, yes, I hold that course or that accreditation. Not one you're interested in, it's ones you already hold. And to actually do your assessment is, well, first of all, before I show you that, you'll notice we have a mixture of ticks and pencil marks. So the tick means that I've done my self-assessment and that rating's been endorsed by a manager. Pencil mark shown here against planning means I've done my self-assessment, but it's not yet been endorsed. And to actually do your assessment, you just click on the relevant competency. So just choosing risk and issue management. You get the description of that competency, which you can see here in the red text. So that's the exact wording that's in the capability framework. And then we have our different levels. Again, what's in the capability framework from none through to expert. So you have a look at the description, have a look at the different levels, identify where you think you are. And then at the bottom here, there's a section called additional information. So what you can do here is just type a few bullets in, just to help whichever manager is validating your assessment. And you just repeat that process for each of the 29 competencies. So first time round, it should be taking you no longer than an hour. Most people are doing it between 30 and 45 minutes. But what you may have noticed here is there's a section called Learning Solutions. And the whole point of that is to identify if there's any learning that you can identify that will help you develop that capability in that particular area. So in this example around risk and issue management, it's showing at working level. So what I can do is look at the Learning Solutions section, and so I can see here there's something that will take me on my journey towards level 4. So there's a management of risk practitioner courses. Now, for anything that's on the civil service learning curriculum, the link that's at the bottom of that will take you there. So I know that you don't use civil service learning, but what this can show you, if it was a civil service learning course like Prince 2 practitioner, you can get a little bit of information about that. But this particular link for the management of risk practitioner actually goes to the accrediting body, Axelos. So here you can find out a lot more information about that particular course. And what you can do, if this is something you're interested in doing and having a conversation with your manager about, I can just tick that space, and this will appear in another bit of the talk I'll show you in a couple of minutes. So that's basically how simple just doing the skills assessment part of the GOST tool. I'll show you now the career pathways. I'll come on to development in a moment. So the career pathways is where we've got all the job roles loaded in, and this can be used in a number of ways. As I mentioned, some people may be doing more than one of those 20 project delivery job roles. So what they can do is you can browse, because all the roles are listed here, that other role, and see where they are against the core competencies for that role. And because people do their assessment against all 29 competencies, you can look at any of these roles listed here. But you can also use this when you're thinking about future career plans. If there's a particular role you're interested in doing and seeing where your skills are around against the skills for that particular role. For example, I was interested in becoming a benefits manager. So here I can get the role profile. On the left-hand side, you can see the core competencies for that role. You can see the capability level, which is the little green line box. But what the shading is doing is showing my current capability. So I can identify the areas if I'm really interested in pursuing that role, the areas I need to focus my capability development on, areas like benefits management, business case development. As I scroll further down, you can see kind of, I'm not that far off, things like innovation, resilience, but then when I get to budgeting, cost management, kind of meeting the level, and then others like governance above the level. And the reason the bottom two are slightly different is because in those examples I have done my self-assessment, which is the orange shaded, but it's not yet been endorsed. But even based on my self-assessment, I can see where I think I am against where I need to be. And then just by clicking on, so I'll just choose business case development, by clicking on the competency, you can see if there's any learning maps. Again, always getting things about 70 and 20 learning. And then as I scroll down, you can see kind of things in that kind of 10% kind of formal learning. So I can see it's a business case course. Click on that. Bit of detail about the course. You can click on the link. This link, again, goes to the accrediting body, APMG, so you can find out information about that Better Business Cases course. That's how people can use the career pathways, and that's why, as I mentioned, we get people to do their assessment against all competencies, so we can actually browse any job role. The final area of the GOST tool is the development, and being able to build a development plan for you. And one thing you can do is the first step, set skill objectives. These are specific against the competencies. And when you click on the set skill objective, the first thing it does, it brings up any areas for development. So in this example, it's two, one around collaboration, and the other, which I've got a very rough and ready example, around influencing. It's about promoting the GOST tool. So just click on show details. And what you can do here is when you create it, you can set a description, set success measures. It's a bit bushy in terms of it's not smartly worded. That's according to the guidance, but it's just there for kind of illustrative purposes. And then you can add learning. So again, it's identifies anything that's formal learning that you might want to think about. But I've talked a lot about this, about on the job and near the job learning. So if I just click on the find learning, what we've done, if you just click on type in 20, if you type in 70 for the on-the-job learning, we have categorized the types of near the job and on-the-job learning. So you can assign your particular skill objective. And again, it's just get people into that mindset. So we've got things like doing assurance reviews, coaching and mentoring, kind of knowledge sharing, events and activities, recruitment, shadowing, volunteering, etc. And you can assign those. Development goal is exact same, but it's just broader. So in this example, got one here around obtaining registered project professional status. There's a learning plan. So you'll remember, we say that management of risk practitioner. So this appears in the learning plan part. And when you've had that discussion with your manager, you can it can be approved and appear on your learning plan. And then there's a timeline. So this goes to March 19th. And then as things get completed, there's a development record, and you can show completed development goals. So in this example, I had one around influencing again, October 17. I did a demo of GOST to John Manzoni, Chief Exec on the Civil Service, in 7 minutes. Kind of no pressure there, but he really liked the tool and the information that it was showing. So an individual was putting lots of information about their own skills, their own learning, and one of the great things about the tool is in the My Reports section, there is a icon here for My Development Plan, and what this does, at the touch of a button, it downloads your development plan, which you can use in discussions around your career, capability discussions with your manager. And here is the just an example report. So this has got a bit of information about your job profile. And then, as you kind of scroll through, it's got all your assessments, so whether it's core skills for your role, and then your non-core skills. Got your strength areas, showing those. Next areas of development, so in the example I showed you, there's 2, around influencing, collaboration. It's even suggesting some learning I might want to think about. And then the bit I really like is in the ad hoc learning, kind of breaking it down into 70, 20, 10 learning. So I said this is a useful kind of document that people can take in around their career capability discussions. So that's the GOST tool, Government Online Skills tool. We've already got nearly 5,500 project delivery professionals across governments using the tool. With the launch in Department of Health and Social Care today, we're now in our 13th department. We've got a number of arm's length bodies as well. And individuals are using it to help their project delivery careers. In departments, the data, because there's all sorts of organisational reporting. So departments are using the data to HMRC's a good example. So they noticed they had a weakness in planning, so they're running master classes, bringing in experts, etc. In DWP, they created communities of practice, knowing which roles people were doing, so they're able to set up communities around that. MOJ doing lots of work, kind of using the data for capability initiatives. So lots of stuff that go in addition to the real purpose of this is to help the individual manage their